All right, fantasy gods. 6 weeks are in the books. I'm 1-5. I'm not winless anymore, but hopeless is a pretty good description of the way that I feel going into week 7. Another biggest blowout of the week. Another week I didn't cross 100 points. A new low for me this season. So I'll jump into it. You know, we're here for mutual team support, you know. Big Jags game tonight. Chance to go 5-2. Gonna have to just divert to cheering for them. Jump right into it. In 12th place, commission on not a 3-game losing streak. 81-point loss, 126-point win. Pixelated Pukaki, you suck. And then a 70-point loss to get me at 1-5. Trevor, DK, Damian Pierce, Javonte just traded away Calvin Ridley. The Jags are 4-2. Trevor really hasn't been forced to lead his team to victory, throw for high yards. The defense is leading the league in turnovers, which is kind of a surprise. They've been getting short fields. Hasn't led to Trevor having a good game script as a quarterback. And I was wrong about JSN. I was wrong about Javonte. Jordan Addison hasn't been as good even without Justin Jefferson. I've just really been wrong a lot. Only broke 100 twice. Maybe could have had 2 wins. If Nick Chubb scores 25 points for me every game since he's been gone, I'd still have the same record. So nothing really I can say. Number 11, I have Skeeber Achilles, still winless, 0-6, more points than I have, a better roster than I have. He had 93-point loss, 103-point loss, 108-point loss. He has Tua, Diggs, Debo, and Garrett Wilson. This is a team that should be able to get a win put together. Hell, if I can get one, he can get one. But he hasn't got it yet. He never could really get the running backs going. He did end up dropping. He dropped James Conner. Pixelated picked him up. I'm not really sure what's going on there. I guess he's just hoping that people will look at his IR spot and be like, feel sorry for him. I don't know. But couldn't really get multiple guys in the end zone in the same week. Can't really get it all going. Every single week, though, his opponents have scored 115 plus, so that's tough. 10 spot, cooking with Mahomie. 115-point win, 102-point loss, 96-point loss, getting him to a 2-4 record. He has Breece Hall on a bye this week. Jetta's on IR. Mahomes can't carry the team by himself, and Devontae Smith plays on Sunday night, currently carrying the Q tag. This team is banged up, not really showing signs of life. I think I've seen him leave in a team that's not playing or a player that's not playing. His roster's not currently set right now. I know it's early, but this team's starting to move into the coast mode because they know that they don't have a good team. Hate to see that out of Dom. Love to see some fight out of him. We'll see what happens. 9 spot, Pixelated Pukaki, 153-point win in week 4, 103-point loss in week 5, 84-point loss last week, 2-4 record. He has Fields, Puka Nacua, and Bijan Robinson. He's facing the Oracle this week, probably going to catch another L. His team is trending the wrong direction, as I just recounted. Henry's on a bye. He might get traded. That might actually help his value in the NFL. He might get traded to another team. And as I mentioned, he has James Conner on his IR for sympathy points, I guess. So, yeah, we'll move on to the teams that are actually past the relevance line. That 2-4 team, and everybody below is pretty sad. So, at 8, I have Joe Money, Joe Problems. 116-point loss, 110-point win, 126-point loss. This team has A.J. Brown, Cooper Kupp, and Mike Evans, some of the best wide receivers across the board. He has Kyron Williams out for a while, but he did pick up Zach Evans. Kirk in primetime against the Niners without Justin Jefferson coming up this week. Don't really love that for him. Can Joe Burrow be the guy that raises the Bengals and Kevy to the playoffs? We shall see. Hopefully he gets back into the starting roster. You can't start Kirk Cousins all season and expect to win a championship. If anything about Kirk Cousins has been stated based on his play, it's that. Lamb line here in the 7 spot, 61 point L, 89 point L, and 121 point L. Don't love to see that. This team was really hot to start the season, really starting to slow down. He does have Davante Adams, Raheem Mostert, CeeDee Lamb, and Aaron Jones. He's rejected a few of my trades, so, there's that. Disappointing stretch with some injuries and some poor outputs out of key players. Sam Howell has been a nice surprise. I saw he got that addition. I think he's going to start him this week. And this team's looking for an identity. It's looking for some sort of consistency. Much like Davante Adams was saying, he's good, but you can't do it as an individual player. You need across-the-board consistency. You need players to score touchdowns. Looking for this team to bounce back. He's on an L streak, though. Fantasy Bay moving up to the 6th spot. 3-game win streak here. 93 points, 156 points, 124 points. Kind of the opposite story of the Lamb line. He's got Jared Goff, Isaiah Pacheco, Jalen Waddle, George Kittle, and Brandon Ayuk. Should benefit from some target shares while CMC gets healthy and Debo gets healthy. Goff is a top 5 quarterback, both in fantasy and arguably in terms of production in the league right now. He does face 3 of the top 4 teams in our league in the next 3 weeks. He is sitting at 3-3. At the end of that stretch, we should have a better idea of what kind of team this is capable of. At number 5, I'm on a mission. 108 point loss, 99 point loss, 131 point win, 3-3. Keenan Allen, Amon Ross, Saquon, KW3, and Lamar Jackson. He's got the best combination of names and production that I've seen in terms of players with potential to go off. He's gonna be looking to score a lot more points now that Amon Ra is back healthy. And I see this team as a deep playoff run. He's got a free win against me coming up this week. It'll start tonight when Trevor Lawrence probably wins the game, but throws for 1 touchdown and 190 yards. Number 4, Bo Lightning. 3 wins in a row, 137, 162, and then 92 points, 4-2 on the season. Travis Kelce, DJ Moore, and Josh Jacobs. He's got the X factor of DJ Moore, capable of going off. We don't know what's going to happen without Justin Fields in that backfield. Weakness might be Jordan Love and Brock Purdy. Can't really rely on those two on a consistent basis, but he does have Deontay Johnson coming back soon. 2 for $1, also on a 3-game win streak. This team scored a lot of points lately, 152, 139, and 109 to a 5-1 record. He's got Josh Allen, he's got Tyreek Hill, and he's got Alvin Kamara. As I said in the last video, that is a really lethal setup. He's got explosive upside. He is facing winless Ski, so I'd hate to see him take an L to that team. And he's without Garrett Wilson, who's on bye this week. So 2 for $1, looking for another win, trying to get to 6-1, maybe take the 1 seed early in playoff contention run. The Oracle, I got you at number 2, 181 points, 181 point win, 92 point loss, 121 point win, 5-1 record. He's got CMC, Justin Herbert, Chris Olave, and Mark Andrews. Secret sauce here: when Olave and Andrews play well, he wins matchups. I mean, he's won 5 this season. Mark Andrews hasn't really been playing as great as he could be. Dropping passes. The Ravens are weird this year. Nico Collins, though, is the X factor. If he gets in the end zone, this team is going to be really tough to beat. He does have 7 running backs on the roster, so if you need a running back, he's probably the guy to call. That puts sophomore season in first place, 123 point L, 197 league record, 197 points in week 5 for a win, and 140 points to get to him a 5-1 record. He has Jalen Hurts, Austin Eckler, Travis Etienne, and Devon Achane, who is on IR currently. He holds the most points for the season, as well as a single week record, and he's facing Dom without Breece Hall and Justin Jefferson here in week 7. And there you have it. In order for this season. After 6 weeks, I gotta say, I made a lot of mistakes in draft night. Nick Chubb going down is an excuse, but it's not the excuse. The excuse is I went after Jaguars fans. I went after my Jags, and they haven't produced. And it put me in a hole early. Losing Nick Chubb put me in a deeper hole. Haven't been able to dig myself out, and here I am, 1-5. Own up to my mistakes. I'm shooting from the hip. I completed one trade today. It wasn't great, but I'm going to try to shake things up, see if I can't get to like 3 or 4 wins, make it respectable. That's all I can do. I'm just, wow. Good luck, fellas.